Hi everyone, my name is Heather with Freckle Fiber Arts, and I am going to show you how to create the daisy earring pattern. Okay, so if you want to check out more of my patterns on Etsy, or if you're curious about different things that might be coming out soon, please feel free to message me. I am going to work on a few other patterns, but I'm not sure when they're going to be released. I guess just look for them when I put them out, because usually I put out my YouTube video along with my other patterns, just so that you guys know that they are ready to be purchased on Etsy, or they're free for you to use. All right, so in the daisy pattern, you do need two different colors if you want that look, or you do not have to use two different colors. You can just use the same color if you just want that design. So I'm going to be using two different yarns, which I did in the actual picture. I used wool. Wool seems to be much lighter and it doesn't get as wet. So if I go swimming with my earrings, they really don't get wet. So which is really nice because it's not very heavy. But I am going to use a wool and a cotton yarn just for this tutorial. All right, so the first thing that you're going to do, you're going to follow along with the pattern. You're going to create a magic ring. And there we go. I got my magic ring. And then you are going to do 8 double crochets. But first you want to chain, I'm going to go ahead and chain 2. And now I'm going to do 8 double crochets in the magic ring. So that's 1, 2, 3, oops. 3. Yep, I'm on 3. 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to stop at 7 because the chain 2 represents the 8th one. So this is my last one. And I'm going to make sure the pattern represents that. So you're actually doing 7 double crochets because you chained 2. All right, so I'm going to pull this tight. And my camera is kind of struggling on what to focus on. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the tail. And I'm going to connect these two. And I'm going to go ahead and chain 1 just to secure it. All right, so that is the main base. There's my flower. I guess, what would that be called? I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, very tiny. The center of the flower, or the daisy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and switch colors. So there's my little center of the flower. I'm going to move this yarn out of the way. Goodbye, my beautiful brown yarn. And in fact, if you look really closely, the yarn has like specks of really pretty colors in it, which I really love. All right, so now I'm going to create a slip knot, because this is what I do to change colors. You can do whatever you feel comfortable with, but I do create a slip knot to pull through. All right, so I'm going to start, I think maybe 3 spaces from my tail, from the brown yarn. I'm going to place my yellow yarn and pull through. And this is where I secure it. You can do it any way you want. This is just the way that I feel most comfortable with. Okay, and then I'm going to chain 2. So that's 2 chains. It's secure. I'm happy. And this is where it gets kind of finicky. You've got to tuck these tails in. And I find myself gravitating away from this pattern just because of all the tails that are involved. All right, so the next step is to, so you chain 2. I was changing something in my pattern. Oop, don't use the tail. I just used the tail. I'm not paying attention. I'm getting kind of tired, I guess. I think because I chained the the tail. So I'm going to fix that because I don't want the tail. I want the working yarn. Right. All right, I fixed it. Okay, I had chained the tail instead of my working yarn. All right, so now after I've chained that, I'm going to create, this is the petal, and I'm only going to show the petal once. You can replay it as much as you want. You're going to create, well, I'll do two, but you're going to create, let's see, there's 3. You want a total of 5 double crochets in that one space. But it's actually going to be 6 because you have that chain 2. So that's 2, 4, and I want 6 of them. And I'm on 5. And this is the 5th double crochet plus the chain. And so that will make my petal perfect. But you can always change it. You can make it bigger or smaller by adding more double crochets. You can alter this pattern as much as you want. I like the check boxes, so that's why I always create the check boxes. All right, now this is important. So here's my petal. I take my hook out and I place it into the first double crochet loop. Okay, I want this 6th, double crochet. I want that loop to be sticking far out so that I can hook it. And I'm going to tighten it right here. I'm going to swoop and pull it through, creating this kind of like tulip kind of look. And then I'm going to chain 2. And I'm going to do it all over again in the next spot. But this time I'm actually going to do a total of 6 double crochets. All right, and that was the note. So if you look at the pattern, you'll see some stars and it says, note, to create the petal, remove crochet hook from 6 double crochet and place in first double crochet. And then connect the 6th and the first double crochet together, and then you're going to chain 2. So this pattern is repeat all the way around until you are done. And it's actually quite a fun pattern. I just don't like to color change. And that's why when anybody orders the rainbows, I'm like, I'd rather just do tassels. But, they're still fun and they turn out so cute. This is 2, 4. I need 2 more. And there we go. We're on to the 6th. And I'm going to show you once again. You remove your hook and you place it into the first double crochet. You're going to place your hook here where your loop is, and you're going to connect it by pulling it through, chain 2, and move on to the next spot. And there's the petal kind of forming. Okay, that is how you do the daisy pattern, just all the way around. Weave in your ends and try to do it throughout the pattern. Really, there's not much more to it. It's super simple. Even adding the earring clasp, I recommend using the ones with the little teeth that I have in the picture. Super simple, no tassels, and honestly, this one, it kind of crochets up pretty quick. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and thank you very much for supporting me and my channel.